What's going on, guys? I am SimpleSimon and I am your action figure noob, doing another toy unboxing today because recently I picked up some Star Wars Black Series figures for stupid cheap. I got these figures for an absolute steal. So we recently had a sale at work and it was 20% off action figures, and I was lucky enough to actually get 20% off the staff price that I get. So normally Star Wars Black Series figures retail for about $40 or more. Here in Australia, I picked these figures up for $12.80 each. $12.80 each. I'm pretty sure even in the US, if you paid $12.80, it'd be a steal, right? I'll show you what I picked up. First, I picked up Bo-Katan from The Mandalorian. Good looking figure there. It wasn't one that was really on my radar, but after the most recent season of Mandalorian, I was like, yeah, I should probably get a Bo-Katan in my collection. So that was the first one. The second one I picked up was the fifth brother Inquisitor from Obi-Wan. I didn't know a lot about this character. I hadn't watched Rebels at the time, so I never really knew anything about this guy. But in the Obi-Wan show, I just thought he was a really menacing sort of villain. So I thought I'd pick him up. I actually really wanted this figure the day I first saw it, but when it first came out, I was just like, I didn't want to pay $40 for this figure. But at $12.80, I just couldn't resist. So the time was now to pick both of these up. So these are the two figures we're going to take a look at today. Let's do this. Okay, so before we start, if you are new to the channel, just to fill you in, I am very new to figurine unboxing. I've always collected them, but I've only just started recently unboxing them, so I'm still learning a lot and I'm really enjoying this as a new hobby. So if there's anything you see or think that you could teach me from watching this video, please let me know in the comments. And obviously if you want to show some support for the channel, make sure you give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. So first we got the Bo-Katan there. As always, there's some really nice art on the side of the box there, and obviously a little bit of a profile there on Bo-Katan. That's what she looks like out of the box. It's a really good face sculpt of Bo-Katan. Sometimes when I look at it though, I just think it's just slightly off, but I think overall they did a pretty good job with this. I think Black Series always do. So there's the figure out of the box now. Wow. Okay, so straight away, now again, tell me if this is standard for, you know, Star Wars figures or figurines in general. Just straight away, her arms are so loose compared to my first Star Wars Black Series unboxing was the Fennec Shand, and the articulation on that was really stiff. The Cal Kestis one was actually a little bit better, but these arms are super loose. So let's just go straight into the articulation here. Head goes back and forth so much, turns all the way around. Oh, really loose there too. Wow, okay. Arms up and down. Like I said, this up and down motion, I've never had a figure yet that I've unboxed that feels so loose. So again, if you guys are a bit more experienced at this, let me know, is that normal? Her shoulders, wow, okay. Her shoulders don't actually go up at all due to the sort of shoulder pads she's got on, so that's interesting. Oh, see, now the elbow joints are very tight. She goes about there, bit of a bicep flex there. She's got a swivel at the elbow there, but nothing on the bicep. And then her wrists turn, and that's about it there. Legs, she can do the splits pretty good, Bo-Katan. Legs go back about that far forward. Gets pretty standard there, 90 degrees. Her knees bend that much. Her feet, these feet are normally really tough for me to, it feels like I'm gonna break this. All right, so her feet sort of swivel like so. The up and down is really tough on these, I find. Well, on this one especially. So a lot of her armor is getting in the way. I do find that a lot with the Star Wars figures, that sometimes their clothing and things really affect the articulation. So really, yeah, she's got some pretty decent ankle pivot there, but it doesn't really spin around or anything like that. She does have knee swivel though. So yep, there's the articulation for Bo-Katan. So that's what her helmet looks like, which is pretty cool. Paint job Looks good. I mean, there's some wear and tear on there, but I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be there. So that's what her face looks like there. Let's put her helmet on and have a look there. That's what I love. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. All right, so the thing I loved about the first Star Wars figure I unboxed, the Fennec Shan, was how good the helmet sits on there. That looks really, really good, I think, with the helmet on. So, and it goes on and off really, really easy. That's really nice. And then you've got her two blasters there in the box. So that's Bo-Katan out of the way. Let's check out the fifth brother, and then we'll do some size comparisons, and then we'll give you some honest opinions. So first we'll have a look at the figure in the box. There's the standard box art. I mean, these are all pretty similar, but again, I love looking at the side art. Very much looks like the actor who plays this character in the show. And there's the back profile. Pretty lengthy history there. All right, so there he is there. So he's obviously got his Inquisitor double-ended saber there with the circular hilt. Now, when I first saw this character and saw this weird mushroom head of his, I must say I thought it was pretty silly and I kind of laughed. But his voice in the show is just so menacing. So that's his face there. Now, his face sculpt is not too bad. I wouldn't say it's absolutely perfect, but it's pretty decent. And then let's have a look at the rest from there. I can't really complain. Looks down to about there. And so looks up pretty well. That's pretty decent there. Sorry, I forgot to do the ab crunch. It's everyone's favorite, isn't it? With Bo-Katan. And again, really no ab crunch at all, because you can see her armor there gets in the way of her belt. So, yeah, so not really much ab crunch from her. Let's have a look at the Inquisitors. Oh, really? Really? These figures are really not... Like, there's no ab crunch at all. You can't move him forward again. I think it's because of his armor getting in the way. He does bend back a bit that far. His arms... so he can do the T pose, it looks like. Again, his shoulder pads are going to get in the way from going any further than that. He goes around with his arms like that, but again, he can only go really that high up due to his shoulder pads. His elbows bend about there, and obviously his hands will pivot. And then he also swivels from the elbow, but not all the way around, because again, just the way his arm is designed will stop it going all the way around. His legs go not out very far. Again, he's got this sort of leg padding here, which kind of gets in the way. And then frontwards, you can do almost a right angle. There you go. Right angle kick there. His knee goes to about there. And then his foot, just kind of similar to Bo-Katan. So again, just another really good looking him. Really, really good looking figure. We'll do some size comparisons now with these two. Here they are next to my Ned B droid, also from the Obi-Wan range. Here they are next to Fennec Shan from Boba Fett. There they are with Cal Kestis, my latest pickup. That's the Spider-Gwen Marvel Legends. There they are next to a McFarlane Batman. And finally, there they are with my Thanos from SH Figure Arts. So there they are next to the measuring tape. So really, both of them are pretty much on the 6-inch, almost on the dot. I mean, the Inquisitor actually looks just a little bit over with that mushroom head of his. So before I give you my honest opinion on these figures, I'm just going to do some really simple poses. And that is about as basic as posing gets. I'm so bad at posing these figures, but I'll get better over time. So, my thoughts on these figures before I wrap it up. One thing I did learn about Bo-Katan while posing her was, I said during the articulation test that I couldn't get her shoulders to go up 90 degrees at all because her shoulder pads got in the way. I did find if you actually turn them up and then outwards, her shoulders would actually slide in, so then that makes it a little bit easier for her to point upwards and things like that. So I did learn that. I must say, out of both of these figures, I definitely think the Bo-Katan was the better figure. They both look great. I had a really hard time posing the fifth brother in any sort of way. And anyone watching this who are a little bit more experienced with Black Series, let me know, how durable are their hands? Because I had a really hard time getting his weapon into his hand. I just felt like I was gonna snap, his fingers off by trying to get it in there. And while getting it in there, I was really sort of warping and bending the hilt as well. So I was a little bit worried about that. And I'm just really concerned, like, how durable are the fingers on their hands on these Black Series figures? The other thing about his weapon is he's got the little peg there, which basically sits into the back here when he's not using it. He's got a little hole there, which looks great when he's not using his weapon. But the fact that that's there is just another thing that really, it's just a pain in the ass when it comes to putting it in his hand, because it's kind of in the way. You can see of him really holding that weapon properly and getting a good grip on it. It's kind of always kind of loose, I feel like, because of that. So I wish they kind of did something there. So overall, look, I'm glad I picked these up. Like I said, $12.80, how could you turn that down? I definitely think the Bo-Katan is a better figure than the fifth brother. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you have more knowledge on Black Series and things that I can learn from you, please let me know. If you guys are still watching this video, I really do appreciate you sticking around to the end. If you're enjoying these toy videos, please give the video a thumbs up. Check out my toys and collectibles playlist for more stuff like this. And until next time, I'm SimpleSimon. Tell your friends and keep it simple.